On today's video, we're going to talk about how to stop looking to the outside for proof that your manifestation isn't working, or how to stop looking outside of you and at your current circumstances to see if your manifestation is working. So if you are somebody that is struggling with this, if you are somebody that is constantly reacting to what your outside circumstances are telling you, then definitely stay tuned for this video because we're going to talk about how to avoid doing this. Hey, what's up you guys? I am Missy Renee, and on today's video we're going to talk about how to stop reacting to your outside circumstances, or how to stop looking for proof that your manifestation is not coming. So if manifestation or conscious creation are things that you're interested in learning more about, then definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon so that way you're notified every time I put out new videos every week. If you are interested in more resources such as one-on-one coaching, I will leave the link down below for more information on where to sign up for that. And I wanted to make this video because this one is a doozy. Oh my goodness. How many of you have struggled with constantly looking outside of you for proof or signs that your manifestation is coming? Raise your hand. Lord knows I've done it. I'm sure probably all of you are nodding your head in agreement. And this could be something that is really difficult to overcome, especially when you're new to all this. So I figured I would make a video talking all about how to stop looking on the outside for proof that your manifestation isn't working, or how to stop confirming and submitting to your outside circumstances. So definitely be sure to stick around through the end of this video because I'm going to give you guys some helpful tips on how to get yourself out of this habit in order to start manifesting what you want much faster. But before we dive right in, I just want to give a quick announcement about my upcoming workshop on how to manifest wealth and abundance. It's coming up here soon, January 9th. So if you're somebody that is trying to manifest more wealth, more prosperity, and more freedom into your life in the coming year and the years beyond, then definitely sign up for this course. I will have a link in the description box with more information, how to sign up, and a coupon for 50% off good through January 1st. So definitely take advantage of this course. I'm going to give you guys the exact breakdown that I used to go from having zero money to making 5-figure months and then some. So sign up below and I look forward to seeing you there. So let's dive right into this. This is unfortunately so common for a lot of people. I have talked to countless people, hundreds of people, about the outside circumstance and how you are sabotaging your manifestation by accepting it to be true, or by confirming that what you're seeing is proof that it's not coming. And I'm sure that you have probably done this yourself, or at the very least you've probably gone on Facebook groups, or you've seen in the YouTube comments people saying, I've been trying to manifest this thing, but it's not showing up. Why is it not showing up for me? What am I doing wrong? So this is something that in itself will be a detriment to your ability to consciously create. So we want to get ourselves out of this habit of doing this. Because a lot of the time, what people do is they will be using a technique in order to manifest something, right? Say a specific person. They'll go into their imagination, they'll imagine the scene, they will do the technique in the state akin to sleep, they'll loop that scene until they feel it real. They'll go through all the steps and check all the boxes, but then a couple days later, they notice that they're blocked on social media, or they notice that their specific person still hasn't called them or texted them. So the immediate reaction is, why isn't this working for me? What am I doing wrong? I don't understand. Am I broken? What's going on here? So first off, no, you are not broken. You are constantly manifesting all the time anyways. You and everybody else in the world has this ability to do this. No one is excluded, so you can X that idea completely out of your life. But because we're constantly manifesting all the time, a lot of the time we're not always consciously aware of what we are impressing onto our subconscious mind. A lot of the times we're just running on autopilot, and we are just continually impressing the same thing over and over again that we always have, thus creating a vicious cycle. Here's the thing that I really, really want to stress to you guys, and this has to be one of the most important things. If you are not familiar with how we consciously manifest, or if you're new to this, channel or the teachings of Neville Goddard, understand that there is no objective reality. Everything that we witness, everything that we experience, anything that we can pick up with our physical senses is all just a projection of what is going on internally. Everything first stems from inside of us. We are constantly being shown our inner world or our inner reality, the beliefs and the assumptions that we carry. We are constantly seeing that mirrored back to us. So I want you to actually think of it like you are a projector, like for real. Take a minute to imagine that you are a projector. You've got the lens and everything, maybe out of your forehead, and you are constantly projecting things out onto a screen. And your outside circumstances and the outside world around you is just that. It is a screen. But you're constantly broadcasting and projecting whatever is going on inside, and it will appear on your outside. Your consciousness is the only reality. And I mean that literally speaking. The contents of your consciousness is going to create the reality around you, or specifically what you experience, and it's all based on what you perceive to be true. Everything first begins in the mind, in your imagination. You can think of your imagination as the actual present, because whatever is happening in imagination, whatever is being impressed on the subconscious, based on the beliefs that we carry, based on our expectations and the memories that we have and our reactions to things, once impressed, you're going to see it reflected outside of you. So think of your imagination as the present now and the outside world around you as the past, because that's all it is. It's all old subconscious impressions that are bearing fruit now. But the thing to really note is that there is always going to be a delay between when you have imagined and when it will come to pass. So just because you are seeing something and it's not what you've desired, it's not what you've imagined, and it's not what you want, stop confirming that that is proof that it's not working. A lot of times we'll grow impatient or get discouraged because we'll see something happen that's opposite of what we've imagined or opposite of what we want, and we'll immediately think that it's not working. And we'll immediately jump to, this is bogus, or I'm broken, or why isn't it working for me? Well, it's not going to work for you if you keep looking for proof that it's not working for you. And because of this delay between when you've impressed and when it comes to fruition, sometimes it may seem like things are getting worse before they get better. This is normal. And this is really common, because a lot of the times when this happens, it's all just the old remnants of the previous state that you were in. It's all old remnants of the things that you were manifesting unwillingly, of course, but manifesting none the same. Whatever gets impressed will appear in our outside world. Your subconscious mind is not objective. Your subconscious mind will take anything that you put onto it, anything that you believe to be true, and will give that to you as an experience. So anytime that you notice something that is unwanted or unpleasant, you have to stop looking at that as confirmation that it's not working or looking for proof that your manifestation isn't coming. A lot of times this is just echoes of the old man, or what Neville referred to as the old man, or your old state of being. So if at any time something shows up that is not what you want or not what you desire, I want you to get in the habit of, instead of reacting to it in a negative way, and instead of confirming that your manifestation isn't working, instead of looking for that proof that it's not coming, all of that, I want you to look for ways that show you that it is working. I want you to spin it. Because anytime that you observe something that is undesired and you give it a positive spin instead of a negative spin, then that keeps you in that state of the wish fulfilled. That keeps you on track to manifesting whatever it is that you want. By not confirming that it's a negative circumstance, by not confirming that you are broken and that it's not working, you are persisting in living in that wish fulfilled. So to give you an example of what I mean, let's say that you are trying to manifest a specific person. And say you do all of the techniques, and say that you've been living in the end and you've been imagining in the wish fulfilled and doing all of that, but then you notice that a week has gone by and there's still no progress and they still haven't texted you. Instead of jumping to, this isn't working, I must be doing something wrong, what's wrong with me? Instead of jumping to those conclusions, tell yourself something like, I know that my specific person loves me. Right now, they're probably working up the courage to tell me how much they love me. And they're probably just really nervous right now. Or instead, even better, if you are imagining a scene where you two are married, you can stay in that end and just realize that, yeah, my specific person hasn't messaged me, but that's because they're extremely busy right now. I have no doubt that they love me unconditionally. I have no doubt that they adore me. They're just caught up in a bunch of stuff right now. And then drop it. As difficult as it can be sometimes, you have to keep yourself in that state of it's already done. You have to change your story when necessary to line up with the version of you that you desire to be. You have to start looking for reasons that your manifestation is working, and you need to stop confirming what you do not want. By doing that, you're only going to perpetuate more of what you don't want. So change the story, change your perspective, and look at the ways in which it could be a positive scenario instead of a negative one. So I'm going to give you guys a story and another example of this. One of my old clients that I was working with was trying to manifest a new car. She had her sights set on a brand new car. And this was just one of the many things that she was trying to manifest, but this was on her list of something that she really desired. So for the first week, she did the techniques, she got herself in that state of the wish fulfilled, got it to where it felt real, and then once she felt that it was impressed, she dropped it. The next week, when we met up again, she told me that she got into a car accident. Now, thankfully, nobody was hurt, but she was distraught nonetheless. Because now she went from desiring a new car to not having a car at all. And I remember vividly her being really worked up and emotional and asking me, what did I do wrong? Why is this not working for me? And I had to remind her this same thing of not to confirm whatever it is that you don't want. Do not give your blessing to anything that is undesired. So I gave her some of the tips that I'm giving you guys in this video on how to look at it from a different perspective, how to shift that perspective to keep yourself in the state of the wish fulfilled. Well, it turns out the next time we met, since she was not at fault, the other person's insurance company had to pay 100% of the damages and then some. And since her car was deemed totaled, they had to cut her a pretty big check. A check that was big enough for her to buy her dream car. Outright. No payments. She paid for it in cash and was able to drive it off the lot. And she told me that it was the exact scene that she saw in her imagination. So because she was able to shift that perspective away from, oh my gosh, this isn't working, to this is just something along the bridge of incidents that will lead me to my end, she was able to keep herself in that state of the wish fulfilled and thus able to get her dream car. Which brings me to my second tip for you guys, and that is to remember that look at everything like it is a bridge of incidents. And sometimes when the bridge of incidents is unfolding, it doesn't look like what you desire it to be. It may not look like what you would assume. It may not look how you would assume things to go. But ultimately, if you keep yourself grounded in that wish fulfilled, if you keep yourself in the end, and you confirm that what you are experiencing is just another step on the bridge of incidents, it helps you to keep that focus forward instead of dwelling on what you don't want. Another example I can give you guys is that a different client that I was working with was trying to manifest a specific person. About 2 weeks into our sessions, she found out that there was a third party involved. Naturally, she was devastated. But when I told her to look at it in a different light, and when I told her to not confirm the undesirable, and when she really enforced this, about a month later, her specific person came back to her. And it turns out that by dating the third party, her specific person realized how much he was in love with her, and that if he hadn't dated her, he wouldn't have come to that realization. So that third party needed to happen in order to give her SP some perspective and realize that she was the one that he ultimately wanted. And these are just a couple scenarios out of literally thousands that I can think of. But the point is, you got to remember that you create your story. You got to remember that you are ultimately the one in charge, and that you need to stop looking outside of yourself for proof if your manifestation is working or not. If you give your consent and your blessing to the thing that you don't want, then you're going to wind up perpetuating more of the same thing. When, for all you know, you are very well just on that bridge of incidents, and it could be unfolding for you, but by having that negative reaction, you're uprooting the seed and sabotaging the entire thing. If you're trying to manifest wealth and all you see is signs that you are struggling and you are broke, just remind yourself that, okay, this is just the old circumstances, and this is just my old beliefs and my old state that is coming to pass now. These are things that I may not have willingly impressed onto the subconscious, but nonetheless, I did. As long as I know that what I desire is already mine, then it has to change and it has to pass. Remind yourself that you can change your story at any time. And just because there may be some echoes of the old man, of the old story that appear, that does not mean that what you are trying to manifest isn't working for you. It does not mean that you are broken or that you did anything wrong or that your circumstances are solidly real. You decide whatever it is you want to experience going forward. You have the power to, at any moment, right now, change your state. Move into that state of wealth. Move into that state where you and your specific person are already madly in love. You decide right now if you want to move into that state where your business is taking off and super successful. Whatever it is that you desire, you can move into that state now. And in its appointed hour, it will conform to whatever you insist is true. This is where shifting your perspective and changing the story is so key. So just remember to ask yourself anytime something shows up that you don't want, that is undesirable, that is totally crappy, remind yourself, stop and ask yourself, how can I look at this from the end, from being in the place where I already have it? How can I change the story so that it lines up with what I ultimately desire to experience? And tell yourself that there are literally infinite ways that your manifestation will come to you. You will not consciously know how it's going to appear. So just because things may not look ideal on the outside bears no relevance to how you're going to manifest whatever it is that you want. So do not confirm anything that you don't want. Stop looking for proof outside of you and change your story when necessary, especially if you see things that go against whatever it is you're trying to manifest. your imagination is limitless. You can literally manifest anything that you want, but you have to stop giving your consent to things that are not what you desire. So put a positive spin on it and change your story. Keep yourself in that desired end. And remember, an assumption, even if false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you are interested in checking out any of my other resources, I will link down below to one-on-one coaching, my blog, my social links. Check them all out down in the description box below. And don't forget to check out these videos over here. Each video goes into a different topic, but they all pertain in how to manifest anything that you desire. So until next time, you guys, take care, be well, have a very Merry Christmas, and never forget, it's your story, and you can create it however you want. Happy manifesting.